Welcome to another edition of Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News.
We come to you today from just outside the OHS library, and here's what you'll see on today's show.
We take a peek at proposals for this weekend's winter formal.
We get personal with some non-traditional students.
We get our kicks visiting one OHS student athlete. We'll have all that and much more on today's edition of Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News.
And it all starts now.
Welcome back to Eyes on the Tigers, Channel 97 News. I'm Bridget Costello.
And I'm Christian Weber. E-cigarettes have been around for a few years now, but one in particular has grown recently in popularity. However, has this popularity become a problem around OHS? Here's the story.
Many people know the dangers of smoking cigarettes, but since the early 2000s, major companies have been mass-producing what they claim to be a safer alternative, the e-cigarette.
That's why I started the business, was to help people quit smoking. If I would have been in this business for 3, 4, 5 years and they hadn't put a law in place for the 15, 16, and 17-year-olds, like if they wouldn't have made it 18, I probably would have said we need to do that. Like don't let 16 and 17-year-olds be able to buy vape legally. Like that's not something that I would encourage.
We talked to one Oakville student who said, "I first vaped without nicotine so I could do vape tricks. I tried it with nicotine later and the buzz you get off the nicotine just feels really good."
I don't like Juuls simply because it's a really high level of nicotine. Typically you'll see 45 or 50 milligram Juul pods, which is insane. The highest level of nicotine I would sell at my shop is 24. And that's for somebody who's been smoking lifelong, 2 packs a day, and can't put them down.
Vaping, unlike smoking, doesn't use combustion to burn carcinogens, but it does contain harmful chemicals. Diacetyl, found in 75% of vape juices, has been known to cause popcorn lung, an irreversible inflammation of the lungs.
No one's dying from it. It seems safe to them. And the only reason it seems safe to them is because it hasn't been around long enough to be researched.
Not only are students using them in their free time, they are also sneaking them into school.
We saw a few things last spring, but it's really started to be noticeable this fall since we've been back at school. More and more kids are having access to them or bringing them to school. Manufacturers are trying to make them harder and harder for places like schools to detect, so they make them look like thumb drives. We treat it the same as we would if we had somebody who had cigarettes on them or if they're smoking. The first offense is a 2 days out of school suspension. Second one is 4 days out of school suspension, and then third basically it's 10 days out of school and in a meeting with Mrs. Kellerman and the grade level principal. If we were to crack down on every person that had a Juul in this building or had some kind of vape in this building, it'd be a pretty empty building for a while.
Remember, Oakville, hitting a Juul does not make you cool. With Hannah Baker and Becca Keller behind the camera, I'm Max Rodenbeck for Channel 97 News.
Now, let's take a look at some events going on around OHS.
First place overall in Judge High School winner, Sean Peter!
This past weekend, the 5th annual Oakville's Got Talent competition was held at the Nautilman Auditorium. Sean Petrick won first place overall for high school.
I feel awesome. It's so much fun every year to come out and compete. I practiced an hour every day and just kept at it until I finally got here.
As you can see, Oakville sure does have a lot of talent. Let's take a look at 2 talented organizations of our own at OHS, All-State Band and Choir.
All-State is a group. There's a couple different groups. I'm part of the All-State Orchestra, which is just a group of the top musicians in the state. Making All-State means that I get to be in a group of the best musicians in the state.
And it's a huge challenge to get in. I was competing with probably over 100 French horn players.
All-State is a choir that combines the best singers from districts all over the state into one conference, and we all get the opportunity to sing 6 songs with each other and work with an amazing director, and at the end we all put on a performance that last year was really life-changing for me.
I'm expecting a lot of rigorous work because it's about 3 days straight of just rehearsing the same music over and over again.
It was really exciting whenever I found out. I honestly didn't believe it because it was something I worked so hard for. I mean, it's definitely one of my greatest accomplishments musically. After working so hard to make it and thinking that I wasn't going to, it's honestly just like something I'm just really proud of, and I'm proud of everyone who made it. 6
All-State choir and band members are preparing for their performance in the Lake of the Ozarks on Saturday. With Francis Laval behind the camera, I'm Brittany Coney for Channel 97 News.
Good luck to the All-State Band and Choir students this week at the Music Educators Festival.
Another big event coming up at OHS is the Sadie Hawkins Dance.
Yeah, isn't that where the girls ask the guys?
Yeah, have you asked anybody yet?
No.
Okay. Well, let's see what Hannah and Sydney have put together.
Hey Sydney, want to go to winter formal with me?
Don't you need to come up with a proposal?
Oh, well, since this one didn't work out, let's check out the ones that did.
I'm gonna surprise TJ and ask him to winter formal. TJ, I know this is kind of cheesy, but will you go to winter formal with me?
Oh yeah! Oh, that is fine. that is cheaper. Peter.
The dance is this Saturday, January 27th at 7 p.m. in Gym A.
You could pay for admission today or tomorrow at all lunches for $10. Be sure to bring your ID.
We'll be back with more Channel 97 news after this important message.
Hey guys, I'm Sierra.
And I'm Rachel, and we're the editors of the 2018 Tiger Paw Yearbook.
And for the first time in 27 years, we're having a spring delivery yearbook.
Which means we'll be having a distribution party in May. You can attend with your friends and get your book signed.
However, in order to guarantee that you get your book, you must place your order by tomorrow, January 26th.
We will have extra books, but once they're sold, you can no longer receive a book.
So don't miss out on this crazy party.
Order your books today.
Today's edition of Eyes on the Tigers Channel 97 News is sponsored by Helen's Formalwear.
Oakville High School has made room for a different kind of learning this year. Here's the story on the new Personalized Learning Lab.
If you've been on the second floor, you may have noticed the Personalized Learning Lab is now home to Oakville High School.
The Personalized Learning Lab is the new name for the Alt Academy, which has actually been in the district for 9 years now. It is a location for students who are not traditionally successful in a regular classroom, and they come to us because we are able to offer them more individualized one-on-one instruction in a smaller learning environment with smaller class sizes.
We decided that it might better serve students if more students had access to it. So that was the thought process of moving the Alt Academy into the building. I think the space that you have here at Oakville High School is second to none. It is my favorite room in the district because it's not just computers, it is whatever meets the needs of the students.
We talked to a few students about their decision to join the personalized learning program.
Like me being by myself and working, I know I can get it done quicker and efficiently than like working in a group.
My parents did because of a medical condition in 8th grade. At the end of it I had. So they just placed me in here.
I tried traditional classes, but I didn't really enjoy them. It's pretty much mainly anxiety. I don't like being around too much people, and being in that class, it helps a lot.
If a student was interested in joining the Personalized Learning Lab, I would recommend that they talk to their guidance counselor or their grade level principal. Questions of myself or Miss Amlong, who's the other teacher in the building, and potentially have the opportunity to talk to students in class about their individualized experience and get a first-hand sense of what we're all about.
With Courtney Casey and Josie DeRue behind the camera, I'm Lily Singer for Channel 97 News.
Now here's Hannah Baker with your Winter Sports Roundup.
Starting off with wrestling, their season is coming to an end, and they recognize seniors Jake Bradford and Donald Hogue on senior night last night against Melville. The hockey team entered this week with a record of 9-6-1. Come out and support the team tomorrow night at Kennedy Recplex versus Lindbergh. Girls swim is having a great season. Freshman Meg Hevro broke 2 school records in the 100 free and the 100 breaststroke. The 200 medley relay team also broke a school record on the second day of the Rockwood Summit Invitational. The girls are looking forward to the conference meet February 6th and 7th at Lindbergh High School. They're also celebrating their senior night tomorrow at the Melville Pool. The boys basketball team has a record of 5-8. The team hosted the Rotating 8 tournament January 8th through the 13th and placed 3rd overall. Brendan Gilman made the all-tournament team. The boys are looking forward to the Pink Out game February 2nd.
It was really exciting and it was really intense and it was a close game, and of course Gil hit a game-tying shot that was pretty impressive, and it just makes me really excited for this year's game and really anxious to play them again, and hopefully we can win this year too as well.
The girls play at 5:30 and the boys play at 7. The girls team has a record of 8-6. At the Oakville Round Robin tournament, they won 2 out of 3 games. Come and support the girls at their next home game Tuesday, January 30th against Fox. Now let's hear about an OHS student dedicated to a sport that's not at Oakville.
Taekwondo is a Korean martial art where you score points by kicking your opponent. You get 2 points for a kick to the body, 3 points for a kick to the head, and then an additional point for a spin kick. I started Taekwondo 10 years ago when I was 6, and then I started competing through a small competition team that my old school had 7 years ago. I kind of planned my life around Taekwondo. Like, Taekwondo kind of comes first above everything, and you take your family vacations or whatever tournament you're going to. 2 years ago, I got to travel to Spain and Germany to fight with the U.S. national team. I'll get to do that again.
The first year she came to me, she made the cadet AAU national team. This year, she'll make the 2018 AAU national team as well. Last year, she did pretty well, winning high school national championship and then making the AAU national team as well.
Stephanie plans to continue practicing her sport past the high school level.
It's going to be sad when she decides that she wants to go away to college, but in college you get to compete at the collegiates.
She also has big goals for the future.
I've definitely thought about Olympic. Right now the goal is to make the junior world team this year.
Stephanie's a great athlete in Taekwondo and with our team. Shows up to practices on time or early. Every time she comes to class, she's working hard, and she stays humble enough to where she knows that in every single class that she's learning, that she needs to learn more to get better and evolve as an athlete within the sport, so that every time she's competing, she's getting better and better every single time.
Good luck to Stephanie as she pursues her Taekwondo career. With Melanie Neff and Taylor Czar, I'm Morgan Schmidt for Channel 97 News.
Christian, I'm pretty sure Stephanie would drop you. Moving on, now that it's the new year, we went around OHS to hear about your plans for 2018. Let's take a look.
What up, Oakville? I'm Christian Weber, and now that it's 2018, let's hear your New Year's resolutions. And here they are.
To be nicer to my sister.
To break bad habits. To get better grades in school.
I want to shred harder and faster than I ever have on guitar.
Take my girl on dates more often.
I plan to read and write more. I'm going to try to flex on these haters more.
Strive for nothing but greatness.
To move Saturdays are for the boys to Sunday because, Saturday it just takes too much time, but Sunday you have all the time you need.
Lose weight and not to be a couch potato.
So exercise less, eat unhealthy, be a couch potato.
I want to live life in the moment more. That's my resolution.
Hang out with my friends more and have a great time with them.
You go to the gym at least 3 times a week.
And if not, at least 2 times a week.
If not, at least 1 time. Just drink a little less liquid.
To win student body president.
Make it out on SoundCloud, really grind out there.
I want Devin to teach me Taekwondo.
Dunk on a 10-foot basketball hoop. I know that might sound a bit bold, but go big or go home, am I right?
Eating a little bit healthier and working out more.
To go to the gym more and cut back on sugar.
To be nicer to people and not argue with anybody and also get straight A's in school.
To be a better team player.
To read more.
Pass my personal training exam.
Eat less pasta. Because I love pasta, but it doesn't love me.
To be nicer to people.
It's tough to get buff. I'm gonna do it.
I'm trying to get to the money. Ooh. I'm gonna run 15 miles before school every day.
I'd like to average 15 points a game.
Swole is the goal.
To be taller than 2'3".
Yeah, same.
I'm just trying to find a way. I haven't found a brother to help me find a way, but hopefully this year is the year.
Well, I don't have one, but Dylan Ochoa is vegan.
So, Mr. Thomas, do you have a New Year's resolution?
Well, that wraps up this edition of Channel 97 News. We hope you join us for our next broadcast on February 8th.
If you would like to see more of our content and stay up to date with what's happening at Oakville, make sure to visit myohsonline.com.
We recommend every student to have it bookmarked on their browser so you can check it out anytime you'd like. We post news stories all the time. Thanks for joining us, Oakville. I'm Bridget Costello.
And I'm Christian Weber. And remember, Oakville, keep your eyes on the Tigers.